Good morning, dear students. So, today we are going to start a new topic, that is fertilization and implantation. Today we are going to start this topic. So, first thing we are going to discuss in this topic is the structure of the ovum. First thing we are going to discuss the structure of the ovum. So, ovum is a spherical or oval in shape, and it is non-motile, as we already know. I have already told you many times in your last videos that ovum is in non-motile stage. It is a centrally placed nucleus and abundant or bulky cytoplasm. In mammals, the cytoplasm of the ovum is almost without any yolk or reserve food material. Hence, they are described as alicithal. Hence, it is described as alicithal. Cithal. It's alicithal. Each ovum is surrounded by a transparent secreted non-cellular layer called zona pellucida. Is known as zona pellucida, which is secreted by the oocytes. We have already know that zona pellucida, which is secreted by the oocytes. Outside zona pellucida is an outside the zona pellucida is an investment of rapidly elongated follicular granulosa cells. This is a layer called corona radiata. We have already discussed about corona radiata. So we are talking about the structure of the ovum. Okay. Corona radiata clings to the ovum for some time after its release, but disappears just after fertilization. Zona pellucida persists up to the formation of blastocysts. When it disintegrates, the blastocysts enlarge in size. So now we are going to understand the difference between spermatozoan and the ovum. Okay, what is the difference between spermatozoan and a ovum? The first difference is a spermatozoan is a male gamete produced in the testis. So spermatozoan is a male gamete which is produced in the testis, and then an ovum is a female gamete which is produced in the ovary. Your spermatozoan is a flagellated cells, hence it is motile, and your ovum is non-flagellated and it is non-motile. Your spermatozoan it has very little cytoplasm and no reserve food. Okay, but in the ovum it has an abundant cytoplasm and some reserve food material. Or a spermatozoan is a tadpole shaped cells, or we have already know that it is your ovum is of a spherical or oval cell, and spermatozoan it is not protected by any covering or a coat other than its plasma membrane, but your ovum has a zona pellucida and corona radiata outer to its plasma membrane. Your spermatozoan it has a protein anti-fertilizing on its outer surface, but your ovum it has a protein fertilizing on its outer surface. Okay, so this is the difference between the spermatozoan and the ovum. Next we are going to discuss insemination. So a transfer or the transfer of the spermatozoa into the female genital tract is called as insemination. Okay, the process of transfer of spermatozoa into the female genital tract is known as insemination. A human male ejaculation about 3 ml of semen during coitus. It contains about 2 to 300 millions of sperms. Means this is very important, you have to understand this point. A human male ejaculates about 3 ml of semen during coitus. Okay, about how much? About 3 ml semen during a coitus, or it contain this 3 ml contain about 200 to 300 millions of sperms inside this. Okay, millions of sperms. And next is, for a normal fertility, about 60% of the sperm must have a normal size and shape, and about 40% of them must show vigorous motility. Next we are going to discuss about fertilization. What is fertilization? Function of fertilization. Okay, so fertilization refers to all the events that leads to the fusion of male gamete with a female gamete to form a diploid cell called zygote. It marks the beginning of the embryonic life of an individual. So fertilization is the process in which what happened, the male plus female, the fusion of male and female, and the formation of a diploid cell called as zygote. Diploid cell, that is your zygote. Okay, that is 2n. Okay, this is diploid. So, and it's the beginning of embryonic life of an individual. So this is the definition of fertilization. What is the function of fertilization? So fertilization performs two basic functions in the embryonic development. First is the contact of sperm with the ovum, and subsequent entry into the ovum activates the ovum to complete the secondary meiotic division and for many other changes that leads to fertilized ovum for cleavage and segmentation. And the second one is the diploid condition of the individual is restored as the zygote is formed by the fusion of two haploid nuclei, one of the sperm and other one is ovum. Okay, in human females, fertilization occur in the ampullary ischemic junction of the fallopian tube. Okay, this is very important. So where fertilization occur in females is in fallopian tube is ampullary ischemic junction. Ampullary ischemic junction in the fallopian tube. Fertilization can occur only if the ovum and sperm are transported simultaneously to the site of the fertilization. This is the reason why not all the copulation result in the fertilization and the pregnancy. The process of deposition of semen into vagina is called as insemination. Is known as insemination. We have already talked about insemination in the video. In an ejaculation of semen, there is about 200 to 300 million sperms. Such a great number ensure that some sperm reach to the site of fertilization. The motile sperm has to travel a long distance in the female reproductive tract, meeting the mechanical obstacles, okay, and the chemical hazards in the form of acid secretion from the female reproductive tract. So this is all about the function and the function of fertilization. So till we have discussed about the structure of the ovum, the difference between spermatozoon and ovum, insemination, fertilization, definition, and the function of fertilization. Next, what we are going to discuss is locomotion of sperm. The locomotion of sperm in female tract is added by the following. First one is the ejaculation of semen in the vagina triggers motility of the spermatozoa. Second point is that the muscular contractions means the muscular contraction of the wall of the uterus and the fallopian tubes also help in the sperm motility, which also helps in the sperm motility. The sperm motility is further increased by the activation of sperms called capacitation, which is called as capacitation, by the fluid secreted by the secretory cells of the mucosal lining of a fallopian tube. So the actively motile sperm swim in the fluid medium at the rate of 1.5 to 3 mm per minute to reach the ovum. How much time did it take? 1.5 to 3 mm per minute to reach the ovum. Ultimately, a single sperm succeeds in the entering the ovum. The area of ovum which receives the sperm and extrudes the polar bodies is called as animal pole. Is known as animal pole. Okay. The pole of ovum opposite to the animal pole is called vegetal pole. Is known as vegetal pole. Next we are going to study about embryonic development. So the development of egg into a fully developed individual up to the time of birth inside the mother's body is called as embryonic development. So I repeat once again, the development of egg means when the development of egg is started into the full developed individual up to the time of birth inside the mother's body. It's said to be embryonic development. The course of the development is clearly demarcated into a distinct dynamic phases, which is following, like which are described like cleavage, formation of morula, blastula, and all these things happens. So we will study this one by one. So first we are going to study is cleavage and the segmentation. So cleavage refers to the unique embryonic process that transforms the single cell like zygote egg into a multicellular body. Means here the cleavage refers to the unique embryonic process that transport the single cell zygote into a multicellular body where what happen, where cells are closely aggregated. The egg undergo a series of mitotic division called cleavage division, a quick succession. Cleavage occur in the egg during its passage through the fallopian tube towards the uterus. It happens when it passes towards the uterus. Cleavage division cut the ovum completely into two daughter cells. How many cells? Into two daughter cells. Such a type of cleavage is known as simple holoblastic cleavage. When the cleavage occur in which the ovum completely divide into two daughter cells, then such cleavage is known as simple holoblastic cleavage. This is because the human mammalian egg has insufficient amount of yolk that is diffusely dispersed into the cytoplasm, and therefore no interface of the yolk with the cleavage division. So this is all about the cleavage and the segmentation. Next we are going to discuss about the formation of morula, how the morula forms. Okay, so we are going to discuss. First thing is formation of morula. The mitotic spindle of the first cleavage division appear in the cytoplasm of the egg at the right angle of the like, see what happened at the right angle of the imaginary axis drawn between the animal pole and the vegetative pole. Okay, that is the plane of division coincides with the animal pole vegetal pole axis. The cleavage furrow deepens and divides into the egg into two daughter cells called blastomers. Okay, first there is a zygote. Okay, okay, here it divided into two celled. ठीक है, फिर after that it divided into 4 celled, फिर into 16 celled, and then bunch of cells. This is said to be morula. Okay, so we are discussing all these. Like after completing a several cleavage division, the blastomer are arranged into the form of solid ball of cells. Then this stage of development is called morula. As the embryo look like a small mulberry, like it's look like a small mulberry. Okay, and thus the cleavage division do not result any appreciable increase in the mass of cytoplasm of the embryo, but there is a marked increase in the DNA content of the nuclei. Hence we can say that nuclear cytoplasmic ratio of the cell increases. ठीक है, तो first thing what happened? First thing, there is a zygote. The first thing is that there is a zygote, okay, which is divided into 2 cell, then 4 celled, then 16 celled. Okay, then a bunch of cells, which is said to be morula, or it look like a small mulberry. Second, we are going to discuss about the blastocyst. What about the blastomer or blastocyst? Okay, formation of blastocyst. The morula differentiates into blastocysts. The morula differentiates into a blastocyst, also known as blastodermic vesicles or the blastula. With the dynamic rearrangement of the blastomers, the movement of the blastomer toward the periphery leads to a formation of central cavity called as blastocele, which is said to be blastocele. Segmentation cavity, blastocele or segmentation cavity. At this stage of development, the embryo is hollow sphere and is also known as blastodermic vesicle. What is said to be blastodermic vesicle or the blastocyst. Okay. Then the zona pellucida degenerates, and this facilitates the rapid growth of the embryo. The continued movement of the blastomeres result in the internal clusters of the cells aggregating at one of the poles of the distant blastomeric vesicles, and this cluster of the cells is known as inner cell mass, and the primary distant to form the embryo proper. Okay, the blastocysts increase in the dimension as more, and the more fluid and more food material accumulates within. This results in the expansion of the outer layer of the cells of the blastomeric vesicles that forms the outer wall of the blastocysts, which is known as what? Trophoblast, which is known as trophoblast, which is given in your neck. It is here. It is known as trophoblast. Tropho means to feed. This draw food for the yolkless embryo from the uterine circulation of the mother. It does not form any part of the embryo proper, but forms protective and nutritive membrane, which eventually forms a fetus portion of the placenta. With the completion of the differentiation of inner mast cells and the diploblast, and the blastocyst is ready for the implantation. Now the blastocyst is ready for what? For implantation. Next is what? First, before starting what is implantation and all about implantation, I want to tell you the difference between morula and the blastula. What is the proper difference between the morula and the blastula? So morula, it has a solid sphere of blastomers formed by the cleavage of zygote, and the blastula is a hollow sphere of the blastomers formed by the rearrangement of the cell of the morula. And the morula is there is no blastocele central cavity, but in the blastula there is a central cavity called blastocele. In morula, cell do not show movement, but in the blastula, cell shows movement. In morula, it has no stage of implantation, but in blastula, this is a stage of implanted in the uterus. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the morula and the blastula. You must have to remember, or you have to learn these differences. Okay, next we are going to talk about the implantation. What about implantation? Implantation is the process in which the blastocele embryo becomes embedded in the thickened endometrium of the uterus. It occurs approximately 1 week after the fertilization. It occurs after the 1 week of the fertilization. The side of the blastocyst where the inner cell mass, like embryonal knob, is present become attached to the uterus, and this contact stimulates the rapid division of the trophoblast cells, which release certain enzyme to code the endometrial lining, and the blastocyst fits into the depression and gets engulfed by the endometrium that grow around it. Okay, so first thing what happened, first there is an ovum, like this is the ovum, this is your ovum. Okay, this is your ovum. So some मतलब स्पर्म्स आर हियर, मतलब सब कुछ स्पर्म आएंगे इसको फ्यूज़ करने के लिए. फिर क्या होगा, पहले ओवम था ये, तो अभी ये स्पर्म से फ्यूज़ हो गया, तो क्या हो गया, फर्टिलाइजेशन हो गया. फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद क्या होगा, व्हाट हैपन कि टू सेल्ड फॉर्मेशन होगा, फिर टू सेल्ड फॉर्मेशन होगा, फिर ये 4 सेल्ड फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा. ठीक है, फिर क्या बनेगा, मोरुला बनेगा. देन व्हाट हैपन, मोरुला के बाद क्या हमने पढ़ा, ब्लास्टुला बनेगा. फिर ब्लास्टुला क्या होगा, फिर ब्लास्टोसिस्ट में कन्वर्ट होगा. ब्लास्टुला कन्वर्टेड इनटू द ब्लास्टोसिस्ट, and if the blastocyst after that it become embedded in the thickened and endometrium to the uterus. It occurs about 1 week after the fertilization. So whole this process occur. Okay, this is all about the implantation. Okay, the next topic will continue on your next video.